Hello everyone, welcome again. Good to see you here. My name is Comfort for those who have just joined, and for those who have been here before, good to see you again. Thank you so much for joining me on this channel. And on my channel, I basically talk about intentionality of how we are and learning about being who we were who God designed us to be, and how we're wired and working with that. And this is video 2, part 2 of a 3-part video series that I've been doing, and around the question of how can I help. And like I said, this was a question that I found. I was reading scripture one day and I just particularly leaped up to me. And it's one of those questions that I think we're used to when we go to the shops and stuff like that, as I mentioned in the first video. But it just sat with me, and I thought, how can I help? And then I started to think about the 3 different perspectives in which that question could be asked and who would be asking. So video 1, we talked about when God asks, how can I help? And so in this video, we're going to be talking about when we ask God, how can I help? And this is more, so the first one is more in the sense that we are burdened by news that, or something, or desire, or dreams, and we pray about it, we prepare for it, and like we really have our all in it. And then God eventually asks, yes, I mean, He's God, He does know that you want it, you've been praying about it for this time, but then God eventually asks, how can I help? And this means by that point, He's just asking you to clarify. And we talked about examples like Nehemiah, we talked about blind Bartimaeus who was asking Jesus, and we talked about Esther as well. So that said, we're going to do part 2, and part 2 focuses on when we ask, Lord, how can I help? And this is more a reflection on, compassion, stewardship, and becoming available. So the first one was a reflection on prayer, clarity, and when we are being asked, when we are ready to ask. And like I said, this second one is basically a reflection on compassion and stewardship of what we've been given and how we can be available for it. So, and I think the older that I get, not that I'm that old, but the more, the older you get, the more experiences you're going through, the less I find myself asking. I find myself asking, what should I build? And I find myself asking more, Lord, how can I help? Like what is it that I can build that will help more people? And that feels like a small change in wording, but I've realized it's changing almost everything. Because for years, I thought that the most important questions were things like, what's my purpose? What's my calling? What's my next opportunity? What should I build next? And that's definitely, like, if you've been watching a couple of my videos, I'm multi-passionate creative. I'm always willing to do stuff and always up about doing things and doing them well. So it's always like, what am I building next? What should I invest my time in? And honestly, like, those were definitely not bad questions, and they still aren't. They really do. It's a good starting point, I would say. But I've asked each and every single one of them in the sense of, what can I do? Like, if I'm being truly honest, it's more like, okay, right, I need something about me. Like, what can I build about me? What's the next opportunity for me to do for myself? It's sort of like fulfilling, if that explains it in a way. And in fact, of course, if you've watched this channel for a while, like I said, I've spent a lot of time thinking about things like assignments, and I know it's a different season, so it's the next thing that you're going to be doing and the next possible opportunity that you've been given, and like the next task you've been given. That's what we've been talking about a lot on this channel. Discernment, opportunities, and stewardship. These are things that we've talked about, like, what have you been given responsibility over? But recently, I've realized that there might be something deeper, a deeper question underneath all of those things that we've been asking. So it's not what should I build, but who can I serve? Because the more I've read the Gospels, the more I notice that Jesus doesn't simply move towards opportunities. He moves towards people. Again and again, we're told something remarkable. Jesus was moved with compassion. And I love that phrase because it tells us that compassion wasn't just something Jesus felt. It became a movement. It became an action. He saw people who were hungry and he fed them. He saw blind people, and he stopped. He saw grieving families and he entered their pain. He saw so many people who were being overlooked and he noticed them. Those are all action things, like they're active movements, they're actions. So Jesus didn't just wake up asking, how can I become more important today? I mean, after all, he is the Son of God. He had every right of doing that. But he moved through the world asking, who needs the love of God today? Who can I help today? Who can I serve today? And that's why one of my favorite verses has become Mark 10:45, where Jesus said, the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve. Now, when you think about that for a moment, if anyone had the right to be served, it was Jesus. His instinct, naturally yet, contrary to everything that the world would ask of us, his instinct was to serve. Like I said, he's the Son of God, so he had every right to be served. And yet he wanted to be on the other side, being the one serving, offering the service. And that challenges me, genuinely, because it changes the way I think. It changes the way I think about almost everything. I start to realize that when I evaluate an opportunity that I see possibly doing, my first question isn't usually like previously it was, and I mean sometimes it does. It still happens from time to time, where your initial question is, could this work? Could this become successful? Or how much money might this make? Like, if we're honest, those are the questions that come to your mind first when you see an opportunity. But just thinking about Jesus and the way he moved and the way he lived on earth and how his time on earth. Instead, you just think about asking those questions, because asking those questions in a different way, you see that the question keeps appearing quite quietly in a different perspective. Because when you just start to think about Jesus, and how if you asked yourself, who can I help? Or when you look at an opportunity and you're like, okay, this is great, it could work, but who would this help? Who would this help? Who would this impact? Who would make someone's life better because of this? Or even think about it a bit more. Would it genuinely make someone's life better? Would it leave people stronger? Would it give someone hope? Would this opportunity solve a problem? Would it help someone flourish? It's questions like that that really make you imagine asking yourself that question when you see opportunities come to you. You know, a little while ago, someone said something to me that stayed with me. The person said, most entrepreneurs ask, what opportunities can I pursue? And she said, but Comfort, you naturally ask, which opportunities create the most value with the least disruption? And at first, I thought that was an interesting observation when she said it. But now I think about it and how it revealed something deeper. When you go to the scriptures, and that's in 1 Corinthians chapter 6, that's the verse that I always come back to when Paul writes, everything is permissible, but not everything is beneficial. It says, I have the right to do, like, I can do anything, but not everything is beneficial. And in that, he's speaking to into a different context. Because the principle feels incredibly relevant, because there's so many things that we could do, for sure. So many ideas, so many projects, so many opportunities that we could do. The question isn't always, can I? Sometimes the better question is, would this be the most loving use of what God has entrusted me to you? Yeah? So it's not like, can I do this? It's more of, would this be the most loving use of what God has entrusted to me? That brings me to the parable of the talents. You know, we often read that we often read the story, the parable of the talents through the lens of multiplication. And that's important, obviously, because that's really what it's about as well. But I've also been wondering it from a different perspective, as always. You know me, I love to check out perspectives. The servants weren't simply entrusted with the opportunity, they were also entrusted with the responsibility. Their gifts weren't simply for themselves, they were meant to be put to work. They were meant to create, they were meant to bless, they were meant to multiply, they were meant to serve. And recently I realized something that has been quietly tying so many of these things together. All these reflections that we've done over the past couple of weeks, these videos that we've done, and I wrote it down because I don't want to forget it. Because we've talked about so many things, especially stewardship, but I wanted to write this one specifically down. Stewardship is love made practical. Now, that sentence, when I thought about it, stewardship is love made practical. That's powerful. That sentence has actually stayed with me because suddenly so many things make sense. When you think about it, why do you steward your gifts? It's to love people well. Why do you develop your craft? It's to serve people well. Why do you have to discern your opportunities? It's so that your yes becomes useful. Why do we wait on God? It's so that you move in timing for the sake of others. And why do you release an assignment when you know its time is done? It's that so that someone else can continue the work. It is all about having that love for someone else. And all these things that I've just been asking, these are videos that we've done previously. So if you would love to watch them, please do go back and watch them, each of them. Stewarding our gifts, developing your crafts, discerning opportunities, waiting on God, releasing your assignments when you know it's time. But all these things, when we're giving them, when we're doing them now, the reflection at the end of it is, it's doing it with love. Because without love, stewardship can just quietly become self-improvement. We just become obsessed with, just making ourselves better for ourselves. It becomes an obsession over efficiency, growth, and achievement, like I need to achieve this. But when love sits in the center, everything changes. Now, stewardship isn't about becoming impressive. It's about becoming useful. And I think that's what Jesus was showing us all this time when he was here on earth. His life wasn't driven by self-promotion, and like I keep saying, he could have. The Son of God, why not? Why wouldn't he? It was shaped by compassion. And you start to wonder, and I started to wonder, just wondering what would happen if every morning, before opening my emails, before checking my calendar, before asking, what do I need to get done today? I simply pray, Lord, how can I help today? That's such a powerful thing. You say, like, Lord, how can I help today? Who needs encouragement? Who needs wisdom today? Who needs listening to? Who needs feeding? Who needs leading? Who needs a bit of hope? Who have you placed in front of me today? And sometimes it's just simple things like that. And it doesn't have to be someone so far away. It could be just in the house, your children. You said your child needs encouragement. Your husband needs listening to. It's just small things like that. And I don't think that's, I say it's a small thing, but it's not really a small prayer. It's not a small thing in that way. Because I think when you do it, it just changes the way you walk through the world. It just changes your perspective, generally how you're seeing things. Because instead of constantly scanning for opportunities that benefit us as an individual, we begin noticing opportunities to serve others, and there's just a warmth and a depth to that because you're doing it with love. So maybe that's where calling often begins. Not with ambition, but with compassion. Not with asking, how can I be successful at this? But quietly asking, Lord, this is a great opportunity, and I know it would be something I'd love to do. But Lord, how can I help with this? And so I'll leave that question to you for you. I'll leave it to you. Just something to think about. When you look at the opportunities in front of you, which one do you feel will help others as well? Which one helps you love people best? Because perhaps that's where your faithful stewardship begins. I had this thing one time when I was at a conference. Actually, it was a residential for my leadership college that I've just graduated in. Yay! But the teacher, the preacher at that time, when he said, when you take care of God's business, He takes care of you. And we all know God's business is all about love. God is love. And for Him, it's about loving and serving His people. So you take care of that. That's His business. He's in the love business. So if you take care of that, love someone, encourage them, feed them with the opportunities and the gifts that you have, trust me, God is going to take care of everything else that you're thinking about. The opportunities you're thinking, how is this open? They'll all come. The money, whatever it is that you need, the love, the peace, it will all come. But we just need to take care of His business, and He will take care of us. So that's the encouragement for you for today. So that's part 2, thinking about how can we help. I'll see you in the next video for part 3. In the meantime, if you've not subscribed and you're just here, please do subscribe. But also, just let me know what you think in the comments. Let's have a a discussion about that. Tell me what you thought about this bit. Are there any opportunities where you feel the nudge about them? And yeah, give me a thumbs up if you like this video as well. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.